What is up, gang? Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today we need to talk about a coin that has ended up being listed on Coinbase right up underneath my nose. I didn't even realize it. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but it has already transpired. This coin has been listed 2 weeks ago from today. It's Turbo. Yeah, Turbo. The first AI generated meme coin is now on Coinbase. And the predictions were that it was going to have just a god candle as soon as it got listed on Coinbase, and that did not happen. And so after the listing, we didn't really even see too much of a jump. Let's go to the 3-month view. Let's see, November the 8th. As a matter of fact, there's no jump at all. There's no bump whatsoever. So looking at the previous peaks, of course, we were somewhere around 1.5 cents at the all-time high. And about a month or two ago, I was waiting for a correction to 0.003. That never happened. So I wasn't able to get my second load of Turbo. My first load I bought at 0.0032. So I'm already, sitting pretty at a near triple. It's not going to take much for this thing to get sent to the moon. It won't take much buying pressure, but it's not happening right now. I thought this would have occurred by now, and it has not. And that means that we're presented with an opportunity here. So looking at the chart, let's just take a look at the technicals. It almost looks like a bear flag forming right now, because you can see that after we hit that peak upwards of 0.015, a cent and a half, we come on down, and now you see that little pennant that's forming there at the bottom of the reverse flagpole. Well, that could break to the downside. And if it does, we would be looking at testing the half-cent support level. The only reason why I think this could happen is because, as you can see down on the bottom, there is an impending crossover of the stochastic. So let me get out the drawing tool. Let me just circle this. There it is right there. Do you see that? Do you see how the blue line is curling down, looking like it wants to cross the red line? The orange line is about to be crossed. So that could be a bearish cross. Now, we're already in the negative on the MACD downstairs on the 1 day, and it looks like we're coming back to the zero line. But what can happen sometimes is you could come back to the zero line and barely peak above the zero line, and then you make another deeper red move down underneath. Now, the reason why I think this is going to go bearish is a lot more noticeable when you jump to the 1 week chart. So looking at the 1 week, and I've got all the support and resistance levels laid out for you right here. You can see it. So we zoom up. Let me draw in here. We zoom up, and then we find a support level. Okay, you can see how many touch points at that support level at around 0.004. And then we launch again. And then we find support down here at 0.007. But this time I think it's going to fail. And notice how the 50 EMA magically looks like it crosses at the half-cent support level. Well, the reason why I think we're going to get there is because of this. On the 1 week chart, we have a definite crossover of the stochastic. The fast line has made an aggressive move below the slow line. There's no two ways about it. You can see it there. Now, looking down on the MACD, we see that we've got the first little tick down here below the zero line. There it is, little red bar there on the histogram. So what could happen is this MACD here, it could come all the way down to oversold before it comes back up, or we could see, say, a quick reversal. It's one way or the other, and I'm thinking it's going to be this more of a quick reversal where we find a support down here somewhere around the 40 line that we don't dip all the way into the oversold level. But even if we do, this is my target. The 50 EMA is where I buy more Turbo. When we touch on that 50 EMA line, this is on the 1 week chart, by the way, the 50 EMA of the 1 week chart, that's the touch point where I'm going to buy more. And that is at about a half a cent. And as far as where this could go, I'm thinking that, by goodness, it's looking like, let's see, if we jump down to a half a cent, I'm thinking that we could at least do a 100x from that point. It's possible that we could hit 50 or 60 cents at the bull market peak for turbo. It's very possible. If people completely lose their ever-loving minds, $1 is possible. Now, of course, that's not financial advice, so take that with a grain of salt, and you could lose everything. Most of you will. And that's just a fact of the matter. Most of you are going to buy high and sell low. Most of you will wait until this thing pumps, and then as soon as it pumps to, say, 10 or 15 cents, then you're going to buy, and then you're going to sit there and watch it go down, all the way back down to like 1 or 2 cents. And then you're going to sell out at 1 or 2 cents, and then it's going to pump to $1, and then you're going to be kicking yourself. That's what normal people do. And the reason is because the markets play off of human behavior, human emotions, and they do the opposite of what you're thinking. That's why I'm thinking it got listed on Coinbase and I'm not buying yet. And that's why I'm thinking there was no major pump, because that's just the obvious answer. That's the obvious prediction, that as soon as Turbo gets listed on Coinbase, it's going to 15 or 16 cents. That's why you heard so many people say that. As soon as it gets listed on Coinbase, it's going bananas. Not the case. Now, I might buy a small amount. I might start the DCA game just to be safe. I might say pick up just 5,000, right now. 5,000 tokens, not $5,000 worth. That would be crazy. And start DCAing or dollar cost averaging, where I continue to buy until it hits the rock bottom price. And then I'm set, and it doesn't matter. If this thing goes to 60 cents, who cares if you bought it at 0.8 of a cent or 1 cent or a half a cent? Who cares? All right? Because you're going to be cashing in a major gain. Well, anyway, that's the report on Turbo. I'll let you know what I'm doing. Shout out to Dr. Strange, holding it down in New York City. Yes, sir. I'm going to have more information coming at his request for using the Telegram Bonk bot for trading Solana-based memes. Okay? There is also something that I will bring to your awareness on the next video. There is a version of Turbo called Based Turbo that is tradable on the Base chain, and it has a very similar chart to the regular Turbo. It's just at a fraction of the cost right now. And because of the fact that the chart is similar, I'm thinking that it will mimic the moves of the real Turbo and provide just as much of an opportunity for, say, a 100x gain as the real deal. So anyway, that's all I've got for now. This is Carlton Flowers, and I am out.